Hello, everybody. How's it going? All right. I can see seat adjusted here. How's everybody doing? All right. Wait for some people to show up here. Just trying to find the stuff I need to talk about today. All right. So how's everybody doing? So we're going to be talking about 10th edition today. All about 10th. Lots of changes have come up. Small little things that have kind of thrown things for a little bit of a loop. I gotta try to reorganize some units. It's made me think about some other stuff, changing things up here and there. What I'm working on right now is taking these two lovely chaps, just standard Marines, bolt pistol, Stardust chainsword. They were actually going to be originally in the last couple editions. They were what was it? Veteran. They were company veterans, right? They were kind of what was left of the command squad when in the last couple editions they broke the command squad up. So you had your apothecary was its own unit. The same with the company champion and the ancient. And so you had this 2-man squad, at least at the very minimum, a 2-man squad of veteran guardsmen, veteran company veterans that were what was left over. Well, now obviously 10th edition has shoved the command squad back into one unit. So it is one unit. It is 2 of your Marines, apothecary, ancient, champion, all as one unit. I don't usually run a champion. I have an ancient, not something I use very often, if at all. So these two are actually going to become, they're just going to get a little bit of a repaint job and then become 2 members of an assault squad, of a Space Marine assault squad for my Ultramarines. Without jump packs, because that is one of the units you can have. So they'll be the beginning of one. I have the other thing. I have a Space Marine tactical squad. Now the big change of tactical squads is no longer a sergeant and 4 to 9 tactical Marines. It is now a sergeant, 9 tactical Marines all the time. I took 2 small 5-man squads and put them together. I did some painting on that. You saw that in the last video I put up about 1,000 points, the 1,000-point army I had for Ultramarines, just trying things out. It's cool because I can actually have 2 special weapons in the squad now as opposed to just a special and heavy, which is kind of cool because it allows you to vary your tactical options a bit. I have 2 more tactical squads I need to rebase. I was actually putting them away sort of permanently on a permanent basis. Because I thought, hey, that's it for tactical squads, right? I was one of those people that kind of fell into the whole, that was it for tactical Marines. They were gone, they were done. Turns out that was not the case. So they'll get rebased. That's another 20 Marines. I also have another 5-man tactical squad that I just don't have any more models for. So with it being, I can't do it anymore. I'm actually been going through my bits box, trying to find bits to just do some customization. If you see before, it's actually a tactical squad. They're all running. I used assault Marine legs on them to give them sort of a running stance instead of the normal standing around, sort of like these guys. These guys are actually, right? Now they're armed with they're all armed with bolters, except they have a plasma gun, which I believe, if I'm checking my rules again, I'm getting used to this. Yeah, I can have a melted gun, so that won't change very much. Probably replace that one. Will replace the chainsword with the plasma gun. But the other one's a bolter, so it's a matter of just taking the bolt gun off and throwing a bolt pistol on, or a plasma pistol, depending on the model. I'll have to go through them again. But I think that'll be cool because I'll actually be able to change them up just a little bit, still have them in the running pose. Now, of course, on not the sergeant, I just have to change his bolter out for a bolt pistol. On 3 of them, I have to take the arm off, the left arm off, and put in a chainsword. Again, not a big deal. and not a lot of work to do there. But that way I can turn them into an assault squad, 5-man assault squad without jump packs. The cool thing is I could have them, say, running in a Rhino with another smaller squad, say like the Tyranno War Veterans if I ran them, or another 5-man squad. I can't think of anything right now, but I could have them running in there with them, or 2 assault squads I wanted to, or maybe add these guys to them as well and get a large 10-man assault squad. Mostly just because it's something I've never done before. I had assault squads years ago, of course, with the jump packs. It was the only way they came. Also, because again, as I said in the video, I'm always finding something new. So with my assault squad here, it's they have their the Oath of the Moment faction, so all the cool rerolls against a particular unit, but it's a chainsaw doctrine, so that I really like for these guys. Each time this unit is selected to fight, select one of the following abilities applied to all Astartes chainswords equipped on models in this unit to the end of the phase. So you get sustained hits 1, or lethal hits, or lance, which is all very, very cool. Just going to get out of here for a second. Because, it kind of gives you a cool option of how you're going to deal with a particular issue. Just trying to get things working here. Again, so sustained hits, you get that extra hit. Lethal, what is it? The lethal hits a critical hit, it causes an automatic wound. So, again, depending on what you're fighting against, it gives you several options to deal with that threat, which is great. Tactical options. These guys should have something like that. They are close combat fighters, right? That's what they excel in, right? It's what makes them go on any particular engagement battle, right? Plus, it'd be cool to have a little bit more close combat. I've always run lots of, as I said before in other videos, lots of infantry. I love infantry. It's usually been lots of shooting, tactical squads, my Tyranno War Veterans, Devastator squads over the years. Assault's never been a big thing, but now the models have done up now. They're still geared towards shooting. The 10-man tactical squad will be great for that, adding some cover fire, and depending on what I use with them, I can upgrade the lethality of them a little bit. I still have the aggressors, which of course great in combat. Also with the Flamestorm gauntlets, they can put out a lot of hits right off the bat. But then, of course, I still have the assault intercessors, which is a bit more obviously close combat oriented. Adding an assault squad would be great. I have the scout sniper squad, which I think, in my opinion, is absolutely fantastic now. They've gone to a support role. Obviously, they're not battle line, but because of the way you can develop your armies now, they're not competing as much as they were beforehand with other units. If I can find them in here, I'm still going through. I need to print off my. I need to print off this stuff. I'm just gonna find the scout squad. There we go. Come on, scout squad, load up. See the scout sniper squad. Their sniper rifles, which are great, are hitting on a 3+, strength 4, AP -2 do damage. So it's a little squad that also has stealth, so it's -1 to hit. And then, with their concealed position special rule, you have to be within 12 inches to actually shoot at them with ranged attacks. So you have to get pretty close. The squad I have right now has 4 sniper rifles and the missile launcher. Again, the missile launcher added in last week to sort of make this squad legal again, because they changed it up so you don't really have a sergeant in that squad. You do technically have a sergeant, remember correctly, yeah. You do have a scout sniper sergeant, 4 or 9 scout snipers. Of course, he doesn't have any options, no options whatsoever. So that's not too bad. So I added him in. Not a big deal there. Again, all the stat lines being the same. Sergeants are really just there to like basically at this point to get those special cool weapon options into the unit. So that's not a big deal. But I do like them. Again, it's some more ranged fire support, right? The fact that the squad with the snipers alone has to potentially put up 8 damage, and that's before the missile launcher that I had in there. Obviously, with the frag, blast heavy, it's D6 attacks, or if I decide to use a crack, it's strength 9, AP -2, D6 damage, 48 inches. So again, it's some great long range fire support. Try and hit some big monster or vehicles or what have you, or some. And then, of course, although I hear lots of people don't recommend not to split fire. If I need to, I can direct the missile one way, the sniper rifle's another way. Again, it's a lot of shooting. So again, it'd be nice to add a little bit more close combat, maybe even things out a bit. Also, I do have another Rhino model I can throw on the table if I want to add some more transport options. Maybe even throw in another HQ choice. Maybe not an epic hero, but just another HQ choice to add some punch to them, right? Some sort of maybe a lieutenant or a captain or a chaplain. Kind of put some oomph in their step. Maybe even add Cassius, right, as an epic hero. Throw things up a bit. But yeah, that's what I intend to do. And I'm going to get these guys just painted up a little bit here. We're going to get, what am I using? Retributor armor here. Just a little bit here. I just want to take these blue lines here that I had, because these guys were for my 9th company. Oh, that's changed now. I'm just going to change this up. And cover this blue up just a bit here. I don't want to see it anymore. I want to see gold. Let's go add the 2nd company here. Nothing wrong with some 2nd company. The one I think everyone sort of kind of sees first, the one everybody falls in love. And I am kind of glad. I remember back in the day, the 2nd company had that yellow, which isn't so bad, but as time's gone on, yellow gave way to gold back in 4th edition, and I really like that. I like the fact that it changed up. It made things. The gold looks better than yellow, in my opinion. I'm glad they changed the bolters from red to black. The red was just, it's kind of funny with this color. Again, that was 2nd edition, and damn it, and 3rd edition was. I'm glad 4th kind of changed that up. Let's get that gold out of there. I don't want that on there. That's better. That's better. Hey, Manchester Bracefish, how are you doing, my friend? I'm glad to have you here. How are things going with you? Just painting up some trim here. Get these guys turned from the veteran bodyguard sort of thing that they were beforehand to assault marines. Because we're going to add some assault marines to my Ultramarines army. Add some more close combat punch to these guys, as opposed to just having lots of run. Just back from Mexico. How was Mexico? Was it good? I hope you had fun. I've never been to Mexico myself. First I've ever been southern-wise is Florida, which I mean is pretty close, but I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I saw some of your pictures there that you're posting. Hope you didn't get sunburned. I swam. Oh man, a whale shark. Oh, that's. I think I saw that. I think I just saw that video of not too long ago. Yes, the whale shark. That is cool. Like, how do you even describe this? I mean, yeah, I swam with a whale shark today. What did you do? So, what is it? Honestly, what is it like swimming with a whale shark? That's got to be pretty epic. That's got to be one of those, bucket list once in a lifetime sort of situations. And swim with the whale sharks, that's got to be fun. Something I'd love to have that opportunity at some point someday to swim with a whale shark. Awesome. Yeah, just been blabbing on to myself here about 10th edition, some of the changes, things like scouts, the fact that tactical squads are now surreal, exerting almost like an out-of-body experience. Oh, no doubt. That'd be crazy. I'm sure there had to be like a moment of I would say trepidation for you, diving in, knowing, hey, there's a whale shark. I'm just going to leap in with the thing. Now I know they're not carnivorous in the same. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not carnivorous in the same way that an actual full-on shark is, but damn, I'd still have a moment of like, do I really want to do this? Do I want to jump in with a whale shark? Like, that's awesome though. I hope that everybody had an amazing time. Come on, let's get this blue covered up. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this guy covered up here. Well, I did jump out of a plane last year, so I feel well. Hey, man, okay, I'll give it to you, man. You jumped out of a plane. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Yeah, you are fearless, man. Awesome. That's great. Jump out of a plane. My God. Yeah, I don't know if I could. Maybe I could jump out of a plane. I don't know. That's crazy, though. Well, good on you for jumping on a plane and jumping in with a whale shark. That's some next level no fear right there. That's awesome. And so what have you been working on lately, my friend? More Tau, more. Again, we're here to talk about 10th, so I'm thinking about cliff diving next year. Nice. Go for it. Do it. You seem to have conquered any sort of fear you have, so man, go for it. Go all out. Have those cool moments that we have something to look back on. So again, we're talking about this is all chatting about 10th. Tau. You seem to have lots of Tau, if I remember correctly. What do you think of Tau and 10th edition? Or is it living up to your expectations? I know there's some big changes for you as well, and I know points were kind of all over the place, seem to be a thing. You're working on Russ and his two puppies. Nice. Good old Russ. Nothing wrong with Russ. He's a good guy. Fun character. All right, that's one down, somewhat. Mr. Fish, happy Saturday. I just got my butt handed 1,000 Suns. It was a great learning experience. And look, Mythos is here. Hello, sir. How are you, sir? Everyone's all of a sudden arriving. That's awesome. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone's Saturday has been amazing. First game of 10th. Awesome. You get your hands. I gotta say, I've been reading over their stuff. All that, the magic spells they can, the sorcery they can throw around seems pretty crazy. It's been a fantastic day indeed. Well, I'm glad, Mythos. I'm glad. I am just right now repainting the shoulder pads on these. Once were veteran Marine bodyguards, and now they're going to be assault Marines, because the assault Marines look cool, and I kind of want to take these models that are now sort of floating around in limbo because of the changes to the index or codex. I got to go somewhere. I was saying earlier, these guys are going to be joining another squad I have. I played Tau once again myself, so I'm kind of unaffected. Cool. Yeah, no, it sucks that you lost, but I mean, I think 10th edition is going to be like any edition. It's a little bit of a learning curve. You're trying to figure out exactly how your army works in the new now, as opposed to before. But I was saying I have a couple. I was saying earlier I have 2 tactical squads, each 10 man, that I can now. Because I thought scout. I honestly, it was almost people thought tactical squads are on their way out. Of course, they're not now, so they're going to get rebased and added in as more battle line troops. But I have a 5-man tactical squad that there were no other models that I made for it. It was just 5-man. It was cool. And now I think I've been rating my bit box here. They're going to become an assault squad. It's all good. The starter mission I played like night. Some of those profiles don't do what they used to. I think that's the craziest thing we're all going to have to worry about now, is that the profiles don't work the way, a lot of them don't work the way they used to. Obviously, there's all these new rules. I was talking about the assault marines there a bit earlier. They have the Astartes chainsword doctrines now, so they can every turn, every combat round. I think it's every combat round. I may be wrong. Again, I'm learning, just like everybody else. But let me see here. No, don't close on me. I need you. Come on. Just gonna look up Assault Squad here. There we go, Assault Squad with note jump packs, right? Yeah, they have the Chainsword Doctrines, right? Each time it's unit select to fight, select one of the following abilities to apply to all Astartes chainswords equipped by models in unit and the face. So you get to choose either sustained hits, lethal hits, sustained hits 1, lethal hits, or lance. Right? It's great. It's cool because they should be proficient with their chain swords, right? That's what they do. They fight with them, they practice with them, so they should be rather good at using them. So I think there's going to be obviously a learning curve for everybody now, right? Along with getting used to the way that these units are now being put together, how that's changed up significantly for certain units, like the Tau losing. Apparently, I asked their guys, they've completely lost all their correct me if I'm wrong, but have they actually completely lost all their drone squads? They're just gone now. Their equipment, which I find weird. They shave with their chin. They do, man. Like, come on, they do. Well, wouldn't you? I mean, that's going to be a very close, clean shave, right? I think it's the only way they can shave. I think there's probably something in that in their makeup that makes their stubble just like steel, right? Right. I think like Space with those big beards, you get like an extra armor save just because the bullets are bouncing off that steel hair there. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Well, no, I'm crazy, but I'm trying to take my time here on this trim. I want to get it looking nice. Again, I'm looking nice here. So yeah, I was rating my bit box. I thought it was gonna be a little late because I was down there rating it, trying to find all the parts I needed to change this 5-man tactical squad into an assault squad. It'd be cool to have a couple of assault squads running around, causing mayhem. Maybe not capturing objectives, but definitely supporting an attack on an objective. Make things a bit easier for the units that do capture objectives to come up afterwards and hold them like the tactical squads. A great way to support an attack. I loved all the cool little videos Games Workshop's been putting out too about attacking with the right unit at the right place. So that's what these assault squads will allow me to do. Is just put a little bit of pressure here and there That's because if I remember correctly, these guys are only OC1, I believe. Yeah, so they're definitely not. They're not there to capture an objective and hold it. There to clear it out. Tau drones are war gear. Blows my mind that I can't field them. I'll be happy when my Tau project is done. I can be able to paint something else. Yeah, I think I kind of find that a bit weird that I get turning them if your drones attack to a squad, but actually taking a whole squad and going, nope, can't do that anymore. Sorry, is a bit weird. Again, I don't know. I don't play Tau myself. I'm not sure how much they were actually used in a Tau army. I don't know if how often Tau people use them as their own squad. I don't know if that was a big thing or not. But yeah, so again, this is all about 10th. So the big question is, what so far, as you've seen your index, what is your favorite thing about your index, and what is your least favorite thing about your index? For me, my favorite thing of the index is that all the little rules that come now with all the different units are very, very fluffy. And I love that. They're cool. They add a bunch of extra flavor to each army, like the chainsaw doctrine, assault squads, your tactical squad being able to shoot and charge, turn to fall back, because that's what they do, right? Assault intercessors getting rerolls, right? The thing I don't like is I don't know what I don't like. I think part of it is being told how my tactical squads have to be. But what do you guys tell me? What is your favorite part of your new index, and what's your least favorite part? Let me know. I want to know what's going on up there with you guys as I slowly try and repaint these. These shoulder trim here. I want to try not to get any on the rest of the model. I don't want to make too much of a mess. I'm glad to see the backside of bucket. There you go. I know they don't like heirloom weapons. Yes, I know that you don't like that. They've sort of given a dump all for your frost weapons and all that. I know. Now I'm hoping. Hear me out here. I'm hoping that may be sort of a placeholder for now, because it looks like if you play Space Wolves, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Black Templars, you're going to need the Space Marine data cards, and then your Space Wolf data cards, right? I think I know what 10th edition is miniatures, no style on aesthetic than the price point. Yeah, I mean the new models look fantastic. The new excuse me, the new Marines look great. The new Tyranid look scary, and I like the fact that they have evolved them. They do look like an actual evolution. They say the game has evolved. It's true, especially obviously if you look at the Space Marines, a full squad of the Inferno squad, the full squad of those Flamers is huge, right? They get it. We're fighting Nids. We need to be able to put out lots and lots of fire everywhere, right? The new Terminators look great. The fact that we have an apothecary who's not there to heal but find weaknesses is great. And of course, the Ballistus Dreadnought taking that classic and just making it more powerful. Of course, in the Tyranids, you have that giant creature that eats psychic powers, eats psychics, which is great. You have now a whole unit of those neurogots that basically spread the Tyranid hive mind power even further. So they evolved, going, okay, well, they know to take out the big guys, so let's give them a whole ton of little guys that do the exact same thing. Let's see here. Okay, miniature paintbrush favorite. We have indexes we can download, not having to buy a separate book. Least favorite, I haven't read them. Hell yeah, I haven't read them all either. I've been all over the Space Room on a little bit of the Drakari there. Let's see, Earthman Brick. Hello, sir. Did not like new Space Marine heavy weapon squad. Looks like they're using Nerf guns. Yeah, that one confused people. I was always hoping for something underslung. right? Like having like an arm stuck in there, right? Basic chain swords. I'm sure it's just placeholder. My big question is why. The bunnies just got to keep their fancy dancy weapons. Why for one and not the other? I don't know, man. I wish I could give you an answer on. Oh, I'm very sure Dragons got to keep their knightly weapons. We're just a stepchild and not Codex boys. Well, what can I say? If you'd follow the Codex, maybe. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. Guilliman gave Russ the Codex, and Russ used it as toilet paper. So maybe this is just, maybe this is just a little bit of payback. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Just a little bit of payback. I don't know. Maybe it is a placeholder. I don't know. Again, there's so much to see in all this stuff. I've just been reading mine. And of course, every time I look at a new unit, I'm looking, going, man, like, what else are they going to add? This is cool. This is cool. This is cool. Right? I like the fact that every squad now has some sort of ability that really does fit in with how they're supposed to react on the tabletop. Right? How you expect, say, scouts or something to be a bit, especially sniper scouts, to be a bit harder to hit. They're hidden away. They shouldn't be something you can wipe out really quickly. Oh, there's the sniper scouts, take them out. No, you need to put effort into taking them out. And they all have 2 wounds now too, which is a nice boost. With all the other stuff. I don't know. That's just me. Just trying to get this done. I also do like now, I think I mentioned before that this sniper scouts are a great example. The fact that there really isn't really HQ choices. There's not really HQ choices. There's not really elite trooping where there's battle line and non-battle line. I like the fact that, and since they've really opened it up, scouts, some of the old Marine stuff isn't now having to compete. Obviously, with points knots, there's going to be a little competition, but you can kind of have what you want. I thought we were getting our own codex in terms of what? I think what's going to happen is you will get a Space Wolf codex. Who knows? Maybe they'll put all the index cards in. Just the fact the way they have it now, if you want to use all the Space Wolf stuff, you can. You need to use both indexes, right? The Space Wolf index, from I understand, doesn't have a lot of the new Primaris stuff. It has some, but it has a lot of the old stuff. It's got Blood Claws, Spaceballs. They've gone to plaid. It's a great movie, by the way. Spaceballs. I think everyone is going to get their own codex. Again, I'm not 100% sure. Damn it. I hit the nose. That's okay. I got to repaint these helmets anyways. But I'm sure that in a length over however long they decide this edition, everybody will get their own codex. Just seems to be like right now you need to have both index, those Space Marine and Space Wolf indexes to use everything. And Space Wolves do have access to, or they did have access to all the stuff that everybody else does. So I'm assuming right now, again, we'll see what happens when their actual data cards come out and the actual codexes come out. I personally prefer to see every Space Marine army get their own codex and not have to rely on 2 books to get the full experience. That, to me, that never made sense. It wasn't so bad way back in the day, like 3rd edition, when the books were more magazine sized and very thin and really just kind of easy to carry around. But now with the fact that you've got so many, you got these, back in 3rd ed, the books were like this thin. You get carried 2 around, no problem. Now, each one this being thick, you're carrying all that extra weight around. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so that's those done. And now I need to do some silver highlighting on them to bring out the edges a bit, because I want them to look good. Where's my, there it is, chainmail. I think my favorite thing so far is the new Hellfrost rule. I haven't read that rule. What is that rule? Is that like a army-wide rule, or is that some sort of specific thing for a particular weapon? Or I haven't actually read the Space Wolf index yet, so I'm not 100% sure what that is. My friend Mythos. I'm gonna go all over me. If you could illuminate me, I'd much appreciate it. Just gonna get these guys done up here. Add a little more silver there. Perfect. Actually, I might be able to just check it out myself here. Cannon and Iron Priest pistol version. Let me look it up for you. Sweet. Was that kind of like what they had before, where it was like almost like a ice gun? I say it. I don't mean to make that sound ridiculous. It isn't. It sounds really cool. But there was some sort of. I remember that. Like, you could do extra wounds. I can't remember. It's been so long since I looked at the Wolf Codex. Nothing wrong with the wolves. They are cool. Just been a long time since I looked at them. Right now, I'm just doing some line highlighting along the edge of these things here. Nice. All right, now for a little bit of touch up here and there on the blue. Gotta make this look nice and nice. All right. Anyways, lots of cool stuff going on. 10th so far, I gotta say, has been really fun just to watch through. I've watched some battle reports. Cool stuff there. All right, I'm just gonna do some line highlighting here to just sort of break up a lot of this blue. I just want to give it a bit of a once over here. Gotta just do a little line highlighting. Gotta concentrate. I want it to look good. Gotta make it look good. Just gonna get these. All right. So since things are more generic, Space will take an apothecary now. That's an excellent question. I don't know. I'm gonna actually look that up right now. Let's see what they've got in this thing of theirs. What the hell? It's the first time I've seen it. I just went to the Games Workshop website and they had me use Cloudflare. I guess they're you gonna let me in soon or what? There we go. That was weird. All right, here. Let's take a look at here. Where are we going here? Not there. That's fine in here. Buried deep in here somewhere. There's the Chaos Space Marines. There we go. Space Wolves Index. Let's see here. Space Wolves. All right, we got the stratagems. What do they got? We got Logan Grimnar. Very, very cool. And we have him on Storm Rider, so that's cool. We got 2 different options for him. That's nice. I like the fact that you have the 2 options. We got Stormcaller, Bjorn the Fell-Handed. I like the fact that he's still around, and he's got some pretty cool rules. Arjak Rockfist, Thor, or the Slayer, Ragnar Blackmane, Chrome Dragon Gaze, Harold Deathwolf, Canis Wolfborn, you love him. Wolfguard Battle Leader, Wolfguard Thunderwolf, Wolflord and Thunderwolf, Wolfguard Battle Leader and Thunderwolf. Blood Claws are still there. They're pretty cool. They got the same stat lines as everybody, all the other Marines. Air Battle Line. That's cool. Berserk Charge is nice. Each time it makes a charge move into the end of the turn, add 1 attack and strength characteristics of melee weapons equipped models on that unit. That's awesome. So Power Fist becomes strength 9, and Power Weapon becomes strength 6. Your Starry's Chainsword becomes strength 5, and they all get 1 better AP. You have Grey Hunters, Wolfguard, Lucas the Trickster. He is a leader. What can he lead? He can lead Blood Claws. Okay, we got Wolfguard Terminators, Hounds of Mordecai, your Wolfen Dreadnought, Murder Fang, that's cool. Thunderwolf Cavalry, Fenrisian Wolves, Sky Claws, Long Fangs, Stormfang Gunship, Storm Wolf, Wolfguard Pack Leader. I'm just trying to see your Wolfguard Pack Leader Jump Pack, Wolfguard Battle Leader Terminator Armor, Iron Priest. So there's your Tech Marine variant. Cyber Wolves, Wolf Scouts, Space Wolf Venerable Dreadnought, Space Army. Yeah, I mean, it was a Rune Priest beforehand. And did I not see a Rune Priest anywhere? I mean, perhaps they can take apothecaries now, because I don't actually, other than, let's see, the big one. Okay, so the big one, the Hellfrost Destructor Cannon's rule called Frozen Prey. If the weapon hits an enemy vehicle or monster, they lose 2 inches to each. That's cool. The long range version of this can is D3 shots. Close range is D3 plus. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So it does slow them down. Yes, Lucas is in there. I'm just looking at it right now. To answer the question, I don't see Rune Priests anymore. Other than, I'm just going through, other than Ulrich the Slayer. He's got the Wolf Helm of Rust again, a 4+ Invulnerable save. He's an epic hero, Slayer Oath. Yeah, I don't see any Rune Priest. So I would assume you can take chaplains now, and you can take apothecaries. Yeah, because I don't see Rune Priest anywhere. Blood Claws, Grey Hunters are there. But yeah, again, these there's only 78 of these data cards. What I'm looking at here, just on my screen here, there's like 250 some odd for the Space Marines, right? So I'm assuming you can use it. And they don't have anything Primaris in here other than some of the characters who've gone there. But yes, I do have Lucas. He's got Claw the Jackalwolf with his 6 attacks, weapon skill 2 plus strength 5, AP minus 2, damage 1. That's his lightning claws or frost claws. So he does have Pelt of the Doppelganger. So Wallace model is leading a unit. Each time attack targets a unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. That's pretty cool. You can make a nice big unit of Blood Claws. That's harder to hit. I like that. And of course, he has Last Laugh. If this model is destroyed by a melee attack after the attacking unit is finished being attacked, roll 1d6. On a 4+, the attacking unit suffers d6 mortal wounds and is battle shocked. Okay, that's cool. Now, again, if you don't know Lucas's Trickster, he had one of his hearts replaced with a stasis bomb. So if he's ever to actually be killed, it would go off, trapping him and whoever killed him in time. just stuck there, right? So obviously they suffered D6 mortal wounds on a 4+ and are battle shocked. Okay, that's kind of cool. So that is very Lucas the Trickster. He can lead blood claws. He can't be a warlord. He's an epic hero. But yeah, I don't see any rune priests here, which were sort of the weird combination of a chaplain and apothecary, other than Ulrich the Slayer. So I'm assuming now, yes, you can take any apothecary. You can take the new one, the old school ones, the Primaris ones. I would assume that you can. Again, I'm just looking in. Maybe I missed it, but I see Wolfguard Battle Leaders. Iron Priest, and Iron Priest is their version of the Tech Marine. Yeah, I see the Hellfrost pistol. Man. Cyber Wolves, Wolf Scouts. Yeah, no, that's I think yeah, you can use them now. You can't use an apothecary? I'm confused. So you can't use an apothecary from the Space Marine? Because if not, it's a very limited Space Wolf list, because there's only I closed it too, but I'm pretty sure anyways, our friend Ragnar Blackmane can lead Primaris units that don't appear in there. So I guess we're mixing things there. I don't know. I don't make these games. I just play them. Anyways, Space Wolves are cool. Not as cool as Ultramarines, though. They're the coolest. No, I'm hoping you guys will have fun with 10th. I think it's going to be a great addition. It already looks like it's much needed improvement over what was there before. Just repainting these white helmets blue. I don't want these guys to look like veterans when they're not. I'll leave that for veteran units. Just want to make sure I'm being careful around these lenses. I really don't want to have to do them again. Gotta be careful. I know. I'm hoping as the summer comes on, I'll have a bit more time. As certain things are shutting down, I'll be able to get some games in somewhere. I'm really hoping to, because I'd really like to really get my hands back in my Ultramarines there a bit and figure out how to use these units that I haven't really had a chance to play with at all in a long time, unfortunately. It'd be nice anyways, but just trying to get this helmet done up here so I can all right, so that's a base coat on the helmet of his. Do his next. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping 10th ends up being a better edition than the last bunch. I think it will. I think they really took their time. It looks already, even now, it looks much more characterful, a bit more fluff-filled than before, which will be nice. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the long run, though. I personally think it's going to be good. I could be wrong, though. I know there's already been a few little rules changes here and there because they realized something was more powerful than it should be. So hopefully we'll catch those now while it's in index format. So it's not something that it's like, oh, hey, you just bought all those cool data cards. You gotta fix this one right now because we made a mistake. Right? So hopefully when they come out, or the codexes come out, we can go, okay, it's working now. Everything, some of the bumps and little gremlins and bugs have already been worked out. That'd be nice in my opinion, anyways. All right, and there's base coat for helmet number 2 done. Good. All right. I don't know. Okay. Now, what do you guys think about what do you think the fluff is going to go? Right. Obviously, we ninth ended with Abaddon and Vastor getting exactly what they wanted. Right. They've got the key. Then they have to go find the lock that will unlock this super powerful weapon that will end the long war and make Abaddon. He'll get his revenge. Vastor will become a god. And now, of course, we've swung back all the way to the western part of the map, and now we've got Leviathan back and angry and ready to kill. It's evolved. It's even more dangerous than before, and it's heading towards Terra. Where do you think this is going to go? I mean, there's a lot of characters, a lot of armies out there. They kind of have to realign a bit. I mean, the last time we heard from Gazgols, he was heading towards Terra himself on the biggest wog of all time, right? So I'm not sure exactly where this is all headed. Obviously, there's going to be a big showdown around Terra, maybe on Terra. This could be the big battle itself. Obviously, I think we're going. If we look at sort of the breadcrumbs they left to us, 7th ended with the Primarch coming back, with Guilliman coming back, and of course 8th opened up with this massive scar across half the galaxy, cutting the Imperium in half. Right, and then so it's pretty crazy. And then now 9th has ended. How did 8th end? And 8th ended with the Psychic Awakening, with things getting even crazier. Right, Catan was freed. There was they were starting the rumblings. All these people trying to get Blackstone Rock as fast as possible. Now 9th has ended the way it ended, with Chaos sort of ascending even more so. And we get a Primarch back, another one, the Lion's back. But again, it was very much a big victory for Chaos again. So I think, how does 10th end? I mean, I know it's a bit premature to that, but does 10th end with more Primarchs returning? Would we see Evil? We got Chaplains and trade for Wolf Priests, Librarians and trade for Rune Priests and Oath Apothecaries. Man, that's a bit rough, I think. No Apothecaries. That's weird. Yes, that's kind of what the Rune Priest did. Oh, man. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, well, hopefully the next... Again, maybe that might change. Who knows? But yeah, does 10th end with them, with Chaos finding the lock that allows them to now going to become the god of law? Hey, who knows? That could be. I always saw in my mind. The Emperor coming back at the end of like 11th edition or something like that, right? This big return, right? Maybe they finally figured out a way to, right? Because he's a perpetual, so somehow bringing him back from an obvious death Right, we never had apothecary, so nothing there. Well, that's true. You didn't, but you did have your rune priest, which I think did have similar abilities in a way. Did they not? Am I thinking way back in the day? I could be wrong. I know I've been wrong before, but yeah, he could come back as god. I think that would be kind of anti the emperor, though. He's never been a one going, yeah, make me a god. I'm all godlike. I think that's kind of not what he wants. I think he'd probably want to come back as a full, maybe mortal being. Yeah, I don't know. Or at least as mortal as the emperor can be. Being the fact that he seems to be a immortal being. All right, that's helmet number 2. Just trying to get these helmets looking Ultramarine-ish without being sort of fit the rest of the mall. It's the mall I painted a while ago. I want to make sure things sort of flow. 9th edition Wolf Priest can bring someone back, but it cost. It was a command point. Okay. And that's obviously something that is now completely gone in the new index. Maybe because things look like they may actually survive a bit longer than they did in the last couple editions of the game. I don't know. All right, I'm liking this. I am liking this. There we go. Whether he wants to or not. You get him at the Emperor is very godlike. It's true. He is very godlike. Although he's definitely a man of science, right? So I don't know. Again, that's one of the cool little storylines they've been throwing around a little bit here. When Guilliman came back and realized that the Imperium was exactly 100% the opposite of what the Emperor wanted to, and he's slowly been dealing with that in the story. He's realizing that faith is a very potent tool, right? And so instead of going to war with the ecclesiarchy, which has got its grubby little talons and everything, he's and there's stuff in there about certain members of the ecclesiarchy wanting to get rid of him because they see him as a threat to their power. Imagine sitting there thinking you can get rid of a Primarch because you're afraid he's going to take away all your power. That's a bit crazy to me, honestly. What did you guys today? Oh yeah, we're trying to come up with ways to kill a Primarch because we like our power and we don't want someone to take it away from us. That is a bit nuts to me, but hey. Right, there's one helmet. And there's all these old stories, and there's been some stuff fluttering back in about the Star Children and all that stuff, and they made special mention over the years about Titan and this special box on Titan that has a pair, a twin at the Golden Throne, and obviously the Adeptus Mechanicus going on secret missions to Camarada to talk to the homunculi about resurrection and stuff like that. So obviously there's multiple groups interested in preserving or resurrecting the Emperor, which I think would be really cool. I think one of the great unknowns right now, and I hope they talk about it a bit more at some point, is the fact that somewhere out there is a clone of Fulgrim who isn't in any way, shape, or form evil. He's actually remorseful for what his original self did. I think the fact that he's sort of out there and he's with Trans in the Infinite, I believe. Right? He stole them away from Bile there to stop him from being corrupted which is really cool. So, I mean, that would be, I think, one of the greatest twists. The Catan, they are making a comeback. That was one of the big things in at the end of night, that the Imperial forces there, led by that new Inquisitor, can't remember her name right now, set a Catan free, and as in doing so, it sent them to safety before, I'm assuming, deciding to chow down on the Necrons around it. I'm pretty sure it's probably pretty pissed at being turned into being imprisoned and turned into a weapon. I know, I love speculating on fluff. It's great. I'm trying to figure out where this crazy story is going to go next. I mean, the Emperor's, the Emperor has used Guilliman as a weapon. Guilliman was pretty much dead. He was toast thanks to Mortarion, and the Emperor resurrected him and allowed his power to flow through him to not only wound Nurgle's garden, but Nurgle himself. That's a pretty epic godlike power right there, to use one of your sons, which he his humanity's in strict ways, so he sees them as just tools, but to use one of your sons as a personal injury delivery system to a god, and a chaos god, and his domain. That's some pretty heavy hitting stuff right there. All right, that's the type of fluff I love. All right, guys. So we now have these two guys repainted. So we painted up the shoulder pads and the helmets there. So now they look like just like standard Marines. I'm pretty happy with those. Some more Marines to throw into the grinder of battle, and then I got to get. So before I have that 5-man tactical squad, they have to start doing little clippings too here and there, removing bolters, removing arms, putting on chainsword arms, just stuff to get them looking like an assault squad instead of a tactical squad. Have you guys had any units that you've had to really change so far? Other than maybe not using drones, but has there been any units you had to look and go, man, I can't play them like that anymore. I gotta twist them a bit, tweak them a bit here and there to get them. The Black Templars and Sisters of Battleground of Children. I don't think that's gonna happen. Who knows? Maybe. Like, you see, now you're trying to turn it into like a melodrama here. It's like, these are the days of our lives, right? Oh, Black Templar brethren, you've impregnated me, and now I'm going to have your Space Marine babies, right? But in truth, I've been cheating on you with that cardinal over there, and I'm devoted to Slanesh Shodo, right? Like, God, that's what we play it, because it is a melodrama, isn't it? Right? It literally, like, the Horus Heresy happened because Horus and a bunch of his brothers had daddy issues. Right? The big chaos lie was, oh, your big daddy, Big E there, he lied to you. He's a bad dad. He lied to you. How dare you? Right? How dare he do that? And then it went from there, right? So, I mean, it's just like a big melodrama. Oh, God. What have I done? Now I'm only going to see it as a melodrama from now on. That makes me sad. No, it's great, right? It's fun. But yes, I'm glad I got these guys done. They look cool. More Marines to add to my squad there. I'm going to get the other squad done up. Bow chicka bow wow. I've got to make an orc with twin rocket pistols, make the tank hunters Leo again. Is that what they did? So you have to have rocket pistols now? See, okay, that's cool. See, that's the cool stuff that you need to know. So do you have all the bits to make that? And what's a rocket pistol? Now, you see, now I have to look this up again. You see what you're making me do here? Now I'm hopping on here, and I'm going over here, and let's see here. Now I've got that. Thank you. Now that I've got that stuck in my head. All right, Necrons, orcs. Let's take a look at orcs here. The Wog, that's pretty cool. Now I'm looking for tank busters. Excuse me. Oh, beg your pardon. Tank busters. Big Mech and Mega Armor. Big Mech custom force field. Big Mech with shock attack. That's cool. Let's go here. boys, burn a bomber, jet. Yeah, they made these alphabetical. I keep forgetting that they've actually gone like alphabetical now, so I can sort of skip ahead here. Stompa, good old Stompa. Did I go too far with the Stompa? I don't know. There I have tank busters. 1 boss nom, 4 tank busters. The boss nom is equipped with rocket launcher or close combat weapon. 1 tank buster is equipped with a pair of rocket pistols. Close combat weapon. Other tank buster. 1 other tank buster is equipped with a tank hammer. 2 other tank busters are equipped with rocket launcher. Close combat weapon. Oh, so is that unit, the tank busters? Is that unit still? If you actually were to buy Graphic Games Workshop, is it still fine cast? I seem to think those. I remember those guys being metal back then, but I might be wrong. What do pair of rocket pistols? 1 attack, 5 plus strength 7, AP -1, D3 damage. Ouch! And it's twin link, so you get to reroll the wound. Owie! And the tank hammer. Who has the tank hammer? 1 other tank buster. The tank hammer is strength 7, AP. Okay, cool. That is really cool. That's crazy. Let's see here. Well, there you go. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad that I was able to. I mean, I'm using those as an example, but it's a cool change that made them go from just being this unit that no one really used to something that's usable and has its own place in the battlefield, right? And I'm old school. I love the old stuff, right? I have Theoric planes. I want to use them all. I think you can now, can't you? I mean, it would be, again, if they're all different planes, use them all you want, right? Or if they're all the same 3 plane, that's just your 3 options. After you're welcome. I need to hop off, brothers. Hey man, good night, good luck, man. Hopefully, I hope I'll watch the video, and I need to produce videos. And man, that's a struggle we all have. I'm, other than doing these Saturday night chat things, I've been kind of inconsistent with my videos when I put them out. I need to get better at that too. And yes, Finecast, yeah. So I can tell you why. Obviously, they built that unit that way because that's how the models come. Right? Again, it's unfortunate, but it's what we have to live with, right? Well, have a great night, and we'll see you again. So thanks for joining us, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, sniper scouts are cool. I like the fact that they've built a unit that, and they've done it for I think every unit. I'm gonna keep closing that. I gotta stop doing that. But if I look at other stuff, let's take a look here. I'll look back at the orcs. Maybe a different army here. What's a cool one? Let's look at the Drukhari, because that's a cool army. I've got a little unit of those. These guys are cool. I like the fact what they've done with them. But even if I go to where are they? Because I have 20 Kabalite warriors. I can make them. Yes, again, they made them a 10 mile unit. I used to be 05, but it's things like, their splinter rifles and splinter pistols and splinter cannons all being anti-infantry 3+. So they get, they're hitting and basically auto wounding on a 3+ because of all the poisons and stuff. Even with their Sybarite weapon is anti-infantry 3+. So that's pretty cool. Right? And even their sadistic raiders abilities. You control an objective marker to end your command phase. In this unit, you transport a bark with some range your objective marker. That objective marker remains under your control, even if you have models. And I think everybody has a unit like that. I know Space Marine Intercessors have the same rule. Right? There's just a lot of cool. I just like how everything's got its own special rule that makes it unique from everything else, other than, like Mandrakes have fade away. Again, this is something that say the scouts have. You can move them away if they're not within engagement range. Really take them off and have them come back somewhere else, right? Which is what a scouting or a unit like this, an infiltrator unit, should be able to do. right? Scouts, Space Marine Scouts do the same thing, right? They can sort of just disappear and reappear somewhere else. Is what they're supposed to. They're guerrilla. They're fighting guerrilla warfare. They're not charging in like a full unit of Space Marines would do, like your assault intercessors or your tactical squads or blade guard or have you. They're lurking about, doing little, even more surgical attacks here, there, and everywhere to try and they're not going to win the war themselves, but they're going to get things in place for the main army to fight and win the battle, which is really, really cool, which is exactly what they should be. I am very happy with these guys. Now that they're a bit more done, that's excellent. Go Marines. Space Marine. Yeah. Coming again. No, I'm excited to see what happens with what happens with the codexes. I'm kind of hoping, now that it looks like they've taken the Crusade stuff out into its own set, we can get some of the fluff back into the books, right? We can get maybe some more of the maybe those timelines back, because I always thought those were great little great little inspirational pieces that you could sort of build your armor and you read through and go, oh man, this army did this, and it was this cool army, it was made up of all this, or it was this big epic battle here and all my friends got that army, we can refight this battle, maybe fight a campaign, right? So you drag it out, Space Marines versus Orcs, which is always a classic, or Space Marines versus Chaos, or Ultramarines versus Nids, Blood Angels versus everybody, right? Space Wolves versus Orcs, Black Templars versus the Word Bearers, right? Some of the stuff they actually touched on in the Psychic Crusade stuff, or Psychic Awakening, with all those cool books. Again, I always love that stuff. Seeing the fluff come to life was always a lot of fun. Again, I think I talked about in an video that the last codex was missing a lot of that character, right? Because they had all this extra stuff. You had all your rules for and all that, but then they had, well, here's all this Crusade stuff. And it took up a lot of room, and I don't think it was necessarily needed to be taken up. That should have been a separate book. It should be, okay, you want to play your games, and here's your cool Crusade stuff. That's your own thing, right? I'd rather have one Space Marine Codex, one Space book separate, and then Crusade be a third book that I can get as an option. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I way off base on that? I don't know. And now another 10th Ed Codex. Now, what is a unit you would have bypassed beforehand that now you are looking at, this is something I should seriously take? What is that one unit that you went like, no, I'm never going to use that? Now all of a sudden you're looking going, I don't know. Maybe that's a unit I should take. It doesn't matter what army, Space Marines, Orcs, whatever. What's that one unit that just all of a sudden you see in a different light and you have to include? Because it's fun. They look good. But yeah, let me know, guys. What do you think? What's that unit that suddenly you think might be worth throwing into your army? And what unit now do you think is an auto include? Like you have to have every time you play the game. You must have that unit. Oh, excuse me. Oh man. Like there's just so many cool things. I'm still super hyped. There's just always learning something new. Every time I look at these, there's a new unit to take. A new unit looks really cool. Oh, I have to have that now. I should have had that beforehand. I don't know. I'm actually just looking at the Drakari one right now. It's a bunch of cool stuff. Their power through pain rule is very, very cool now, as opposed to before. Well, it was always good, but it's really cool now, right? You get pain tokens, and you get a certain amount depending on which battle size, and you have empowered through pain. So you actually take one of these tokens and You can expend one and you select a unit, and it has power for pain ability. To the phase that unit is empowered and gains abilities listed below depending on the phase. So if you do in the movement or charge phase, you can reroll advance or charge rolls made by the unit. If you do shooting or fight phase, each time the model makes an attack, you can reroll the hit. So again, you get to reroll advance charges, which is great. Drukhari need to be fast. They need to get where they need to go, or if they get cut open, they're toast. And rerolls is never a bad thing. And of course, you have the attachment they get is Real Space Raiders. So at the start of, so you have Real Space Raiders. At the start of the battle, you gain one additional pain token for each of following your army. So if you have one or more Archon models, one or more Succubus models, and one or more Homunculus models. Designers note these are all cumulative, so if your army contains at least one Archon, at least one Succubus, and at least one Homunculus, you start the battle with an additional 3 pain tokens. And that's very doable now, right? And some of their stuff is actually built up around that too, right? So you have, where is it? Where did it go here? You have the Alliance of Agony, which feeds off that, right? So at the start of any phase, it's 1 CP. Select one Archon, one Succubus, and one Homunculus from your army. Discard 1 pain token for your pain token pool. Until the end of the phase, all 3 of those models' units are empowered. This is models units. So you can all of a sudden have 3 units empowered for the price of 1, which is great. So you've got models either re-rolling or moving very, very well, right? Obviously, there's still some chance to it, but that's great. I like that. That is cool, right? That's a good question. Nothing been jumping at me a moment yet. Well, hopefully in a little bit. I mean, I'm Space Marines. I just like the fact that all these units have these cool rules that make them act the way I think they should. I may be wrong, but I think your intercessor unit, your intercessor Space Marines, they have sort of that sticky thing. They can not be on the objective and still claim it, right? Your tactical Marines acting tactically, right? Assault Marines are looking pretty. They are. I mean, that's what I'm. Right, the fact that they have a rule that allows them to be tactical with their chainswords, depending on what the unit they're fighting, is great. I like that. If you need to get the wounds, you can do something. If you need to, the only thing I don't recognize right off is that lance ability. Yeah, it's not one I've read up on, but I should probably read up on that a bit more. Let's look that up. Lance. Weapons of lance ability are known as lance. Each time attack is made with such a weapon is a barrier charge move. This turn, add 1 to attack that attacks wound roll. Okay, that's pretty cool. So again, so if you have to make sure you're wounding something, you go lance. If you want lethal hits, right? Right, weapons lethal hits on their profile are known as lethal hit weapons. Each time attacks made with such a weapon, a critical hit automatically moves the target. So again, if you absolutely have to wound, you'd want to up your chances of wounding something that maybe is really, really tough, and you're rolling 5s or to wound this thing, but you gotta wound it. You go, okay, well, I'm gonna go lethal hits. Hopefully, roll some 6s, and okay, now I've already auto wounded. And of course, what was the other one? Sustained hits was the other one, I believe. If I remember correctly. Where is that? Where did sustained hits go? Where did that go? There, sustained hits, right? All right, sustained hit once. So if you get critical hits, you get an extra hit again. So if you have a large unit and you have to take them down, you have to try and push them off an objective. Your strength 4 is more than enough. The AP -1 is going to cut through whatever little armor they have. You go for sustained hits, and all of a sudden, the bunch of attacks. I think there's 4 attacks on each guy. Right? All of a sudden, you can start getting extra hits on top of that. Make sure that you're getting the dice you need into these opponents. So that's good. I like that. Again, Assault Marines. So I'm doing them because they look cool, right? these two guys are the start of one squad. Maybe I'll join the other one. The other one is a tactical squad that's going to become an assault squad. But I think I'm going to end it there, guys. It is getting late here. I appreciate everyone who's jumped on the stream tonight. I'm just getting tired too. It's getting late here. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you everybody for joining in. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week, same time, same place. As always, guys, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate everyone. I know there's not a lot of people jumping on, but I appreciate everybody who does. Even if they're just staying for a few minutes, it means the world to me. So thank you very much, guys. As always, keep rolling those dice. And my little Marines here. We'll see you guys later, all right? We'll talk to you later. Bye.